Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today I'm going to talk about 6 reasons to stretch every day during the perimenopause and menopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. I'm sure you're well aware there's nothing like a good stretch. It really makes you feel good. But despite this being one of the best things to keep your muscles and joints nice and supple, it's very simple and it's often overlooked. So what I'm going to do today is look at some of the reasons why it's good to stretch every day and also why it's really good for our general health. So there's lots of benefits that you can get from stretching. So number one, the obvious one, it improves flexibility of your muscles and the range of motion of your joints. So the problem is that when your hormones start to fall, that can have a big impact on your joints. Your joints can get a lot stiffer, the flexibility and the range of movements can decrease. And the problem is that if your muscles then tighten up, then that impacts on your joints even more. So for some of you, the joint pain may be nothing to do with the joints. The joints themselves may be fine, but it's just the fact that your muscles are so tight, they're actually interfering with the way in which your joints are moving. So it's really important from that point of view to do plenty of stretching. And also, if your joints and your muscles are more flexible, you're going to reduce the risk of injuries such as stumbling, falling over, and sort of muscle strains and joint sprains and strains as well. So number 2, it's going to reduce muscle pain. And muscle pain and stiffness is a really common symptom in the perimenopause. A lot of it is to do with low magnesium. So if you're low in magnesium, that's going to affect the energy that your muscles need to keep them moving. And also, if your muscles are all tense, especially when you go to bed, it's going to be much more difficult to relax and get off to sleep. So this is a good one just to help with all these issues as well. So number 3 is that stretching can improve your circulation. Again, falling estrogen can affect your circulation, which can make you more prone to things like varicose veins, Raynaud's disease. If your circulation is sluggish, it's going to affect your skin health, the way in which wounds heal. It's going to affect your immune function, and it can also interfere with proper hormone distribution all around your body as well. So there's a lot of benefits from doing stretching to improve your circulation. Number 4 is, again, it's to do with the bones themselves. If you're more supple, you're likely to have better bone health. And one of the things that's very common especially post-menopause, is osteoporosis, where the bones get really weak. And if your muscles are stiff, if you're losing the flexibility of the muscles, that's going to affect the way in which you exercise, and weight-bearing exercise is really important to keep your bones strong. So there's added benefits here for keeping your muscles nice and stretchy. Number 5 is posture and balance. What happens, again, if our muscles get really tight, it affects the shoulders. You can end up stooping. You can end up getting that, I think they call it the widow's hump. So you can have problems with your shoulders, with your neck. It can interfere with the spine, which can affect all over the rest of your body too. And also, if your muscle functions, I mentioned before, you've got balance issues as well, which can cause all sorts of problems. And things like, hip fractures can very often be due just to the fact that your muscles are a little bit weak and tight. And better sleep, believe it or not. I mean, this is a really good one. So many of you have told me over the years that doing a little 5-10 minute stretching regime just before jumping into bed, it relaxes the muscles. You've had some deep breathing, which is going to get your stress nervous system switched off. So you're going to be more relaxed physically and mentally, which is going to help you to sleep much more easily. So the simple ways of incorporating stretching, YouTube is a really good one. You'll get 5-10 minute stretching exercises that you can do on a regular basis. You don't need to go out. You don't need to go to classes. This is something you can do at home. If you're like me, when I'm in the office, I do spend quite a lot of time at my desk. And then if I forget, if I'm really busy, suddenly it'll be like, oh, I need to get up. And everything's kind of creaky for the first 30 seconds. So if you're doing a lot of sitting, a lot of traveling, it's really important to get up and move on a regular basis. There's great websites that you can get that show you specific stretching exercises to do when you're sitting at a desk. So even if you can't get up, you can at least stretch your lower legs, your knees, your ankles, and your shoulder and your neck as well, which is really, really important. You've got things like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi. So there's a whole range of different exercises that can just help you to get that little bit of stretching. And I know from my own experience, if I go more than a few days without doing some kind of stretching exercises, be it yoga or something else, I really feel it in the muscles. And one of the things that happens if you don't move a lot, it's more difficult for you to exercise. You then end up getting a lot more pain when you finish exercise. So for those of you that do a lot of exercise or you go to exercise classes, that pre and post muscle stretch is absolutely vital. Otherwise, your muscles are going to be in a lot of discomfort afterwards. So that's a really important thing just to bear in mind if you're out and about and exercising. The one important thing here, though, is don't overdo it, especially when you start off, because I know even for me, if I've had a few days without stretching and then I sort of jump into my yoga full of enthusiasm, then I'm usually sore the next day. So it's being gentle with yourself, but making sure that you do it regularly so that your muscles get used to this new stretching and exercise. So I hope you found this one helpful. If any of you have found other benefits of stretching, please share them with us. You know I love to hear all your stories, and lots of our other readers and listeners enjoy it as well. And I will see you next week. So have a good week with stretching in between.